Thank you very much.
Also new at 10, should aldermen be allowed to carry guns inside City Hall? Concealed carry is coming to Racine City Hall. Annie Scholes has that story live from Racine. Annie.
Well, Mike, right now only law enforcement officials and some military members are allowed to carry weapons inside. But an alderman here in Racine wants to add elected officials to that list, citing security concerns. Well, gun rights advocates say that's simply not fair to everyone else. But tonight, the Common Council disagreed. The law says you see this sign, you can't carry a weapon inside. Racine Alderman Greg Helding wants to change that for elected officials in city buildings. He says it's just like DAs and judges being allowed to carry guns in courtrooms.
Presumably they're in a safe environment there. They have, the weapons aren't allowed in, and they have a bailiff. Here, we don't have any kind of protection.
Several people spoke out against that philosophy at the Common Council meeting Wednesday night, when members were slated to vote on the measure.
This is about elected officials who believe that they're above the law.
They should live by the rules that they're creating for the rest of us.
Helding says he's no better, but he argues he and his colleagues are different, saying they're easy marks with public schedules, telling strangers where they'll be and when.
If you look around the country from Missouri to just this weekend in Texas, public officials have been targets of violent acts, whereas just a random citizen being in the building, I think, is a different scenario.
But several in the audience said if they're in the same building, they should get the same privilege.
When you deprive us of a constitutional right, but then turn around and give it to yourselves, that is incomprehensible.
And again, the measure passed with only a handful of aldermen voting against it. As for Alderman Helding, he tells me he doesn't know if he'll ever bring a weapon into the building. He's just glad to know he can. On your side, live in Racine, Annie Scholes, today's TMJ4.
All right, thank you, Annie. Well, a big